And like that, I landed in the continents. Now, I did end up maybe going in the wrong direction and landing in the desert continent, but not to worry. I ended up meeting with some people, and I went off to Carrot's group. Well, not Carrot's group, but I was invited to this group by the Great Carrot. Yeah, I know, it's a bit glitchy, and it doesn't look like much, but in between the Cherry Mountains and the ocean, a little valley stands where Nukesberg will be at. Nukesberg, led by the great Nukezy, is a place for the French. Yes, I am French now, if you didn't see my skin in the little intro I did. Yeah, I'm French now. Oui. I have no idea if that's offensive or not. Anyway, yeah. So it doesn't look like much right now, but just wait and see. So many people put so much effort into building this. It turns out really great. Now, I will admit, due to how glitchy it was a pain to record basically anything, but I powered through. And I mean, I really did power through because Nukesberg in the first half of the day was flourishing, okay? I mean, we did have a slight food problem, and by that I mean people were starving to death, but besides from that, it was flourishing. Yeah, everything was pretty swell. I mean, I, for now, only had basically nothing. I mean, I had some iron, which I took from Chickenking because he's the GOAT and freaking slaved himself to get 4 stacks of iron. It was freaking awesome. And yeah, I did get visited by a friend of mine, Sharky, who wanted to check out my new shack. Which, I know, you can see in the background. That building we're heading towards, yes. As the little square building, that's the QM. As the little cherry blossom tree. The one, the only... Okay, this is too much. Yeah, I built a new shack. It looks beautiful. It's the best building in town. Yeah. Though, while constructing the new shack, I did receive a message from other news organizations around the continents. Now, the continents were a really big place, and I could never go from one place to the other. Not really, and get news from everywhere. So I joined the newest coalition. Did I say that right? News coalition, not newest. Well, it was new. I'm saying new too much, whatever. Yeah. Now this news coalition was a bunch of different news stations and reporters from all over the continents and all over the place just sharing info and news with each other. It was led by a guy called Knoxx and some other people. And I have to admit, I did become friends with them. They are generally just good people. So yeah. Now, besides from that, I could say Nukesberg was pretty much a world power. Somehow, in all honesty. Because, okay, I don't really know how. But, oh, look, there's me. Look at me, I look beautiful. But back to Nukesberg being a world power. Nukesberg was advancing, really fast. And like the great people we are, and like the great leader he is, Nukezy kinda told us to expand. Now, as the news, technically I was neutral, so I didn't do any of the actual expanding myself. But yeah, our official government people and other players from our nation ended up expanding. Now, there were rumors that started that Nukesberg was planning to take over the entirety of the Plains continent, which was not confirmed. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I think I joined the bad guys, but I didn't care. Besides from that, I did get visited by a lot of people. I got visited by the one and only Sharky, the one and only Inchking. Let's see, I also got visited by Knoxx. Speaking of which...
Hello, Ethan.
Hello.
So what's gonna happen is that we went out, we talked to people. People are like, yeah, we're awesome. Your university's awesome. Some of the French people go there. It's super cool. And I'll call you and I'll talk slower than this. I'm just trying to get it in before the thing closes, so that way technically it did happen today. So university's cool. We're talking with Opus. Is this like world news or just for us news?
It's both.
Okay. We're setting up a continent-wide thing, piece for under Nukesberg, and we're gonna protect our entire continent.
Where is your power?
And we're super nice. We're cool. I have a spear.
I have a spear
That's
too.
awesome. Oh, that's so cool! Spear buddy! Anyways, what else before the day ends? We're St. Nukesberg. Don't say we're French. Do not say we're French. Say we're St. Nukesberg.
Okay.
We are French, but we're St. Nukesberg to other people.
Okay.
Don't say that we're trying to take over the island, because we're not trying to do that. We're trying to unite the island. Like, use that wording exactly.
Okay.
Like, quite literally, we're not trying to take over the island. Like, it's not like me being like, it's a secret agenda. We're not. Just use that wording, because if you say it any other way, people are gonna be like, they're trying to take over the island.
Okay.
And I'm a diplomat. I'm not the leader. People are saying I'm the leader, or Sleepy's the leader, Nukezy's the leader. I'm not the leader. I am a simple diplomat under Sleepy. I am not the main diplomat, but I'm a diplomat. The news is awesome. French people, not French. St. Nukesberg loves the news. I really didn't have to talk this fast. We're still over.
I was about to say.
Glabsy's awesome. We love Glabsy. He's gonna be I'm getting married to him again. It's gonna happen. We're getting married. French love. My dog Lily's here. You can include a picture. I'll send you a picture if you want it. But Lily's here. Lily's awesome. Oh no, the server's in the world. They think the world. No, the world's in.
Oh my god. And like that, it was day 2. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the beginning of day 2 was pretty uneventful. And, I mean, stuff did happen, but like, nothing too major. I mean, let's see. The construction of the QM was basically finished. I mean, Crimson Vines did told me that she was gonna dig into my property a little bit, so she could make some stuff. And I told her that was fine. I completely finished my new shack, 100%, which was awesome. Let's see. A local player started building a bakery, which should have solved our food problems, which we were still having. But you'll see in day 3 that, that food problem's kind of still there. Spoiler alert. Let's see. Oh yeah, Nukesberg being a world power. Nukesberg was still a world power somehow, in all honesty. I don't know why we were a world power. Because Nukesberg was unstable as hell, like economically. Because instead of players, going out, getting resources, and like working together, they all kind of just did their own thing. For the most part. I mean, farmers did farm, but there was only like a few people and not enough to support the entire nation. And other people were just kind of planning where their houses and bases were gonna be instead of actually, going out mining and doing that and this. Though I do have to admit, Nukezy did get most players eventually to like start working together, working for the better of Nukesberg, so that was cool. Also, I obtained an interview with the people at the QM. There were currently 3 quartermasters. Now, the quartermasters were a pair of siblings led by the one and only Crimson Vines. Now, I'm gonna be honest. This interview was very chaotic. Now, the quartermasters were very important to Nukesberg. I mean, they held the key to all the resources Nukesberg had, even if, at that time there wasn't very many at all, but, still. Now, the 3 siblings were known to fight, like, a lot. And I do mean that. They were known to bicker and fight and ignore most customers, but they made it up by being great. Now, the only people allowed inside the QM building itself were high-ranking government officials, who apparently I'm not, because, it doesn't matter that I had a uniform, it looked great, but whatever. Anyway, only quartermasters and high-ranking government officials were actually allowed in the QM, which I guess made it more secure. But at the same time, when the QM was being built, before they finished building it, freaking everyone went in it. Like, I mean everyone, like including myself. Like, oh, you can see me out of the window, look at that. Look at that, don't I look great? Now, I myself was eyeing out the QM for two major reasons. The first reason was I did end up getting an interview with all three quartermasters, and overall they seem like good people. Very chaotic, very sibling vibe, very dysfunctional, but they did their job well. Well, except for Curse. I'm pretty sure he was building a nuke. I'm not joking, I'm pretty sure he was building a nuke. But Now, the second reason was actually underneath the QM was the Nukesberg vault. At that time, the vault itself didn't have that much stuff in it because Nukesberg was a bit unstable, but I thought ahead. See, Nukesberg was pretty much going all around the place, colonizing people or colonizing places, and it was growing very fast. Even if Nukesberg itself was very unstable, it was growing very fast, and the second it stabilized, well, that's game over. Like, they would immediately become like the biggest nation in the world. Now, I honestly didn't really want that because that seemed like an unnecessary amount of drama. Because, let's be honest, things like that never end well. So I made a plan with Sharky and Jimjoe, and we planned to rob the quartermasters. Now, plan was simple. We were gonna wait until day 3 or 4 when Nukesberg finally stabilizes and has full of resources. Then we were gonna rob it. And then, me and Jimjoe would provide distractions when Sharky would go underneath and rob the place. I'm gonna be honest, that was a very simplistic plan. And I was pretty confident it was gonna work because there was basically no security underneath the QM, even though that's where the vault was, so yeah. I was more concerned with what I was gonna do after I robbed the QM. My initial plan was just to go with Jimjoe and Sharky to the neighboring nation known for its gambling and casino and just go wild. Does that make me a bad person? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, more towards the end of day 2, I actually got an interview with Nukezy himself. He finally had some free time. I guess we should start. First of all, hi Nukezy. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Ethan.
So, you are the leader of Nukesberg, am I correct?
Yes, I am. I am Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte.
I have no idea your last name.
Bonaparte.
Alright, so you lead Nukesberg with your other, should I call them generals?
I have my ministers. I have 3 ministers.
So,
specifically, if you want to say leading it, my right-hand man is my Minister of War.
Carrot.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, for people in Nukesberg, like, we know how the hierarchy works. So, would you care to explain to, like, or other people outside of Nukesberg how more or less how the hierarchy works?
The hierarchy is pretty simple. We have... So, I'll go into detail about our ministers first. We have 3 ministers. Sorry, I have to sneeze.
No, you're good.
Oh, shoot. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I have my Minister of War, who is my right hand. He, essentially, when I'm out, he runs the capital. He is the head of the war. He helps me plan and war protocol. Then I have my Minister of Foreign Affairs. Their role is to take themselves and the diplomats out into the world and check up on current alliances, current colonies, or go out and find new allies and new colonies. Our Minister of Justice is our judge, so they run the courthouse. As a matter of fact, there's a trial going on right now for, well, one just finished for theft, and another one is currently going for arson. Yeah, so, because here at St. Nukesberg, we believe that there is court over murder. We do not want the death penalty to be our first thought. We'd rather than go through a court. A fair court at that. I have no say in what goes on over there.
I see.
Yes, in our military structure, we have our colonels. They are the ones that take out orders from the minister and I, who take the army out to wherever they need to go, whether it's aggressive or passive aggressive. Under them is the majors. They run a certain group of people. They are third in charge. I think we have one stationed here, and we have another major over at the M. I always forget the name. Pardon me. Over on the mountain, a major, so they run that city. Essentially they're just like commanders, kind of. And then finally we have our privé. Nope, under that, sorry, we have our captains. We have none of them right now because we're short-staffed.
Alright.
Then we have our privé, who are the grunts. Front lines, if you want to call it. They're the ones that go out, our best warriors, essentially. The ones that can go out and handle their own in a fight. So yeah, that's the hierarchy. Then of course me at the top, I just command everything, make sure everything's going smoothly.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I am in a coalition with other news stations around the server, and I've been hearing from them that Nukesberg has been trying to take over the entirety of the plains and other nations in the plains. Now, these of course are just rumors, so what's your opinion on that?
Taking over is a strong word because it can come off as aggressive, and that's not my plan. I've always ran with an iron fist, but being passive aggressive. Not striking fear into my people, but making them understand who's boss. But when it comes to taking over, I would say that I would rather colonize over conquer. So I like to get into diplomatic meetings, get diplomatic talks with folks to give them protection under St. Nukesberg and give them materials and the people that they may need to help. As a matter of fact, the mountain people right now, I have 2 citizens up there helping build their castle. Because that'd be a landmark under St. Nukesberg.
Alright.
But I believe another thing when it comes to taking over the plains, I don't even like saying it. Oof, wash my mouth out with soap. If you see it everywhere, man. Every time there's a bunch of leaders running their own and under a mutual alliance, there's always one bad apple who ruins everything. If I can get everyone under me, who I can show straight authority, I can keep the peace on this island. There won't have to be bloodshed because one bad apple doesn't like another. If it's under me, we will all be peaceful and fine.
Okay. So you call this colonizing, but to a lot, colonizing is just taking over. It's just, putting your ideals and you first, your nation first, and then letting them have no freedom, which is what, from what I hear from my other contacts and other news around the event and around the continent, is what most people think you're gonna do.
I would rather them not have fear, because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they have fear. They shouldn't fear me. They should look up to me. They should see that I'm in the right. They should see that I'm trying to keep the peace here and trying to unify, because I don't want bloodshed. So I think it would be best if everything was ran under a sole person, such as I.
You say that, but the main thing that I'm bringing all this up for is that from my contacts, it seems that Chickenking, who is one of your higher ups in the government, since he's in charge of court cases, has gone around telling people that Nukesberg will take over the plains, or is planning to. Do you have anything on that?
In the beginning, a lot of my citizens and ministers ran their mouths in a wrong way because the plans weren't given out in a specific manner. I wasn't able to explain it well. But I finally sat them down and told them what's going on. I finally got my citizens in check so that way they wouldn't go around and run their mouth and cause problems, because at the end of the day, that's bad PR for me. This is why a lot of these people feel that they should fear me when they really shouldn't, because like I said, I want peace, unified. And K-Cursed, or sorry, you guys know him as Chickenking.
Lily, I can't wait to RDM everyone.
You will
Pardon
not
me.
do that.
That's Emperor Cursed, he gets a little silly.
Yeah, I met him.
Oh. Yeah, I bet
He
you
has
did.
split
No.
personality.
So Chickenking, he didn't know the plans at first, but we educated him as to what's going on, and he understands that we'd rather colonize over conquer.
Alright. Now, while staying on the topic of Chickenking, even though he's not here right now, he's on the other side of the Nukesberg, right outside my news station, he was talking with another player, where he said he was gonna put Knoxx's head on a spike.
I'm sorry, who
Any
said that?
comment? Chickenking, any comments on that?
Chickenking, he's he's an interesting one. He doesn't mean what he says. He actually was joking with me earlier, because he had his horse and I took it and he said he was gonna kill me. Obviously, he wasn't actually going to. You know, you just gotta understand what's a joke and what isn't. Of course, you have to do that to a certain extent, considering you're the press. So everything that is said, you have to put word for word. Essentially, you don't have to, but kind of your job. So you just gotta understand what's a joke and what isn't. I don't think he'll actually want to kill one of my diplomats. And if he does, then we'll just reverse the justice system on him, with him in defense.
Yeah. In all honesty, I thought it was a joke too until he saw me through my window. I went out there and then he threatened to kill me if I said anything.
No, he's just joking. He's just joking.
Okay.
No, don't worry.
Okay. Alright, so your plans for Nukesberg are colonizing and expanding, but at the same time in a non-violent way to keep the peace overall, right?
Yes. I just want peace and everything unified, because I feel like if it's unified under one person, things will go much more smoothly, and we don't have to worry about bad apples about.
Alright. So Nukesberg does have alliances, right? With other nations at the moment?
We're working on an alliance with Yuri University. They didn't want to be, per se, colonized. They'd rather start off with an alliance, which is fine. Their citizens should get to know me before even perchance getting colonized, because they don't really know me, so they only know their leaders. But we are talking an alliance with Yuri University. We're cool. We're on good terms with Border Patrol. Of course, the M people. Oh my lord, I keep on forgetting the name. I just feel so bad considering it's one of my cities. The mountain people, they're of course under us. So I'd say the plains is running smooth right now. Could be better, you know.
Alright.
I've seen violence about. I've seen threats on these streets. Not my streets, of course. You know, just about.
Just everywhere else.
Yes.
Let me see
Alright.
what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, on my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. In other words, please be true. And in other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. In other words, please be true. And in other words, I love you. Clap it up for the horse.
That was beautiful, dude. I've never seen a freaking singing horse. 8 out of 10. I mean, that was beautiful. Well, on a less beautiful note, freaking Crimson Vines caught me digging that stupid tunnel, and then it's taking me to court and trying to get me in prison. Actually, I don't remember. I think it was just suing me. I didn't actually think we had a prison, to be honest. But yeah, remember that little thing? You know what? No. You know what? I have a better way. I have a better way of explaining this. Alright? Be right back. Hello, everyone. Yes. I made a little rough draft of what happened since I low-key forgot to record. Alright, so here's the news shack. Here's the QM. And here's the vault. Okay? Now, Crimson Vines, the freaking crimson she is, was going out behind the QM into my property and building some sort of area. Now, she asked me about it since it was literally like right next to my walls, and I was like, you know what, sure, that's fine. Because honestly, I didn't really care. Plus, I could probably tax him for that later, which I tried. I couldn't tax him, unfortunately. But you know, they were just building in this area. What she didn't tell me is that she was gonna make a freaking boiler room or freaking gas station, I don't know. It's a place where there's a bunch of smoke and furnaces. And dug down. Now, my original plan to rob the vault was go from a secret hatch in one of the private rooms in the new shack, go down, make a direct tunnel to the vault, which is surrounded by glass, so people can hear someone breaks in it. Now, I was also gonna make tunnels everywhere else in Nukesberg, like everywhere. So if anyone ever found the tunnels, they would have to suspect everyone. You know, not just me. I was gonna make little secret things, and I could just say, oh, well, yeah, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, I started by just doing the vault tunnel and before I could even do any of the other tunnels, freaking Crimson Vines dug down. Let me change the color. She dug down and then found the tunnel while I was in it. Like she's right here, and she found it, and she looked that way. She said nothing. She looked this way, and there was I. This is like 20 to like 15 blocks down, okay? It's 15 to 20 blocks down. I don't know why she needed to dig this freaking far. Okay? But yeah, she caught me in the act. And then she saw it was vault. She put 2 and 2 together, and then, you know, it's pretty obvious. Guy robbing bank. And then trying to make escape routes and blame it on other people. She caught me in the act. It was over. Now, at first, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna rat Jimjoe or Sharky or anyone else that was planning this heist with me. But then I realized I haven't actually broken into the vault. And I haven't admitted to anything. So in those 30 seconds it took me to realize that, well, she was like, Ethan, what the hell are you doing? I was like, I'm making tunnels. And I lied my ass off. I mean it when I say this. I lied my ass off. So my story was that I was making tunnels on everywhere, everyone, to spy on everyone. And my first tunnel was the QM, and I just happened to accidentally run to the vault. It's the most bullshit story ever. Yeah. I wasn't taken into custody or anything, but yeah. So I was pretty much threatened by a bunch of high people because Fearsome told them I was robbing the place. But I did act my ass off. So I was just gonna get a good lawyer and see what happened. Besides from that, a lot of stuff was built. A proper community farm was built. Let's see, an Eiffel Tower. That baker finished his shop, which you would think would help the food problem, but as you will see on day 3, it does not. So yeah, Nukesberg was still growing. And in all honesty, I didn't know how to feel about it. Now, once I actually got on day 3, I was a bit worried, but then I realized Nukesberg doesn't have a prison, and Nukezy banned the death penalty unless someone commits like something so atrocious, like Kogel did. But that's for a later thing. I'll explain that later. So yeah, I mean, public trust towards me kind of went down a little, but I just kind of played the silly role character. And by that I mean I spent most of the morning annoying the hell out of the Crimson Vines, because she is now my mortal enemy and I hate her, because she ruined my great plan. In the end, I didn't sell out Jimjoe or Sharky. They're the goats, I would never sell them out. So yeah, my trial was supposed to be later that day, and Chickenking was gonna be the guy in charge, so kinda just waited. But on other news, Nukesberg that morning actually managed to colonize all of the Plains biome. Well, not all of the Plains biome. They colonized all but Yuri University. Yuri University was hesitant, to say the least, to be colonized. And tensions were rising very fast. So fast that Nukezy had actually claimed the mountain that Yuri University is next to. And other nations that were already colonized and are part of Nukesberg travel through that mountain. And apparently some players from Yuri University have been taxing people from Nukesberg. And Nukezy kinda hates that, because he thinks that mountain is his, and he believes his citizens shouldn't be taxed for just going from Nukesberg to the other nations that are under Nukesberg. So yeah, with Yuri being the closest nation to Nukesberg, the tensions at the border were not the greatest. On other news, the Nukesberg food problem was solved. That baker and his bakery, the government raided the bakery and stole all the food, because I find that, okay, I'm not gonna say it's right or it's wrong, but I find that hilarious that the government came together to raid this guy's bakery and stole all the food for the people. I find that hilarious. But yeah, aside from that, Nukezy ended up getting invited to the peace meeting. Now, this peace meeting was led by the Inchking and some other players who wanted a coalition to, make peace, and every world leader was invited. And I convinced Nukezy to let me go. How, you may ask? Well, simple. I knew where the meeting was and he did it. Also, Inch did give me a personal invitation, so I was gonna go anyway.
Or
Look at
Hello.
this, the cheese eating
Bonjour.
friend among
Oh
thieves.
hell no, it's Nuke.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, mon appel.
You're late as fuck.
Get these guys
Jupiter,
out
we
of
look more
here.
French than the French.
Late as always.
We do look more French than the French.
Grab the hoe behind you.
Bonjour, bonjour.
This is the worst part.
That means
No, bonjour.
J'étais
Don't forget to grab
Carry
the
on
hoe.
with where we were.
Allez, ta mère a son putain.
J'aime le Wow, wow. Dommage.
I have a 3
I
for
like
French,
cheese.
so I don't know.
You cash it, man.
Who said that?
So I continue?
Well,
Yes,
continue.
Yeah. The reason that I'm so sure that this alliance basically won't turn on itself is because Valoria is a neutral third party. Like, we're way too small to actually attack anyone. And that's why we're trying to organize this alliance. We're not really a nation.
That's
and
respectfully, that's not what I said.
you're saying
don't
if
understand
anyone,
either.
if the biggest player decides to just abuse their size and attack everyone, the reason that won't work is if we all make an alliance here, if the biggest player decides to do that, the smaller players combined are bigger than him, and we can just defend together.
Okay, not gonna lie, a certain nation here looking at UV6 is
probably gonna wipe us all together out.
That's also half the argument.
Okay, wait, I have to.
They've got like 60 members.
No, we don't get that many. Can I get up there?
Yeah.
So there's some reasonable regrets that we want to attack anybody, but that's like completely false. I won't attack anybody, and before I attack anybody, I will get the one that attacks you away from his position.
I'm
Did
sorry,
you get
who is
what
this guy?
I
What
am
team
saying?
is this you?
Aurelian.
I'm sorry?
He's from Aurelian.
Aurelian. Okay.
This is
So
Gamecrash.
you have my word that I won't attack your nation.
Okay. You can promise that
You
to
get
all
my word.
nations here.
If you don't provoke us,
can't
we won't attack you.
Forest, please maintain the decorum of the meeting.
Yeah,
I request you.
I think I'll make my way up here.
Okay.
No, I think I'll take it.
Yeah, I think I want Nukezy to speak.
I'm just curious. What have any of you guys done for peace so far? Because when I pulled up, all I heard was already looking to defend from an alliance, but I mean, I've already made peace in Plains.
Yeah,
The only people that have been destroying it so far have been Yuri, a school. Otherwise, I mean, I've got Plains already united.
I'm sorry?
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
hey,
Let him
if you
finish,
have
let
an
him finish,
issue
and then
with
we'll
your
let him
university,
finish.
you can bring it up with us individually.
Order.
I am in front of everyone.
In front of everyone for what purpose, huh?
To call you guys out of what you guys have been doing. You guys have been
What have we
taxing
been doing?
Montenegro as they go up the mountain as a school.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
No,
As
we
they go up the
haven't.
mountain. As they go up my mountain.
What are
Your
you talking
mountain.
about?
Is this
What
your
you
mountain?
mean?
Order.
No claim you have this mountain whatsoever.
You're the one disturbing the peace.
I
You
don't
put
think
us
your
on a
name on this
KOS.
mountain.
You said that if we
It's
enter your
true.
Nobody
territory,
has
you'll
anyone on
kill us.
KOS. You guys didn't want an alliance after you offered an alliance, but then said you wanted to take that away. For what reason? What purpose?
Nukezy,
To destroy
you want to know
peace
something?
on Plains. I've been
You
building
wanna know something?
peace this entire time.
You haven't been building peace. You've been collecting
Yeah,
nations through colonization. You've been conquering
That's
these
what I did.
places just so that you can have
Whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
little
whoa,
more
whoa,
power.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Let
Nixie,
me,
can I
let me
ask-
tell you the difference between colonizing and conquering. Colonizing is peaceful diplomatic relations. Conquering is
No,
going
it
in
isn't, you
with the
idiot.
with the
Nixie.
mindset of bloodshed. I have not made one thing. I have not said that I would hurt any of you guys.
Can I ask you one question? Nixie, can I ask
Let's all shut up and let them speak.
Could I ask? I'd like to put a question to you.
Yes.
What do you know about forced cultural assimilation?
A lot is French.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, all these
Do you
people.
know that is practically what you're doing?
Nene.
Going around these nations and forcing
Yeah.
your culture on them.
Nene.
What
I'm
happens?
not
When, what happens when one nation
is there
says
five
no
horse?
to this deal?
Yuri did, and I backed up.
I mean,
they don't want an alliance. I haven't done that. I just called them out.
You
publicly.
didn't back
That's all I
up.
did.
You're calling us out.
You
You
just-
you're lying.
This isn't backing up.
Yeah, you
You
didn't
can-
back up.
you
You
can
stood
back
back
up.
for 5 seconds just so you could bring this up at a meeting with everyone else, trying to collect all the other
Because
nations and
this is
rally
what I'm
against
bringing
us
up.
just because we
Every
said
single
no to you.
time there is a UN, it falls apart because there's one person that gets power hungry and starts tripping. If it's
His
just
name is
under
Nukezy.
one nation, if it's a
It's
single
you.
nation that runs
Can we
everything,
vote
there will
for a
be
new
no
speaker,
bloodshed.
please?
It will be.
I
think
we need a new
speaker.
Please discuss your personal disputes outside of the peace meeting.
Why
I put cheese on my cheeseburger?
I think we should give the
Hey,
university
This
a
UN
chance
falls
to
apart.
speak.
We'll see what happens.
So yeah, tensions did not get better as the meeting went on. In all honesty, now I would say 95% of all world leaders were at this meeting, with only a few missing it. But even those few had sent players out to like report back. So overall, this was the world itself. This meeting, all the leaders, everyone here, and tensions, they were not good, okay? Especially with your university and Nukesberg being like in the edge of having a war. But, you know, nonetheless, this was a peace meeting, and the goal was for a coalition to be formed for nations to protect each other from other nations. Now that Nukesberg was actually stabilizing, other nations were seeing him more as a threat more than a bother, if you know what I mean. And yeah.
I just thought I'd come to say the concept of this meeting, it's peace. Like, I don't get where this whole issues of oh yeah, they've been in prison here, there and everywhere. Of course we'll squash national issues when we all work together. But the sheer concept right now is we all work together and we try and enact peace, justice and kindness across the world. That is all I'm here to spread. That, I believe, is a message that you all should spread to your people, yourselves, your friends. We should be a peaceful society. We should squash our issues with kindness.
I agree.
And goodness. We shouldn't have to fight. Blood and war is not the solution to this. Colonization, trying to imprison our people. We should try and squash our issues in democratic and peaceful ways that will appease everyone. And I know it won't always work, but that's where we have to try, because peace is made through trying and effort. And if we can show effort, that's all I can ask, and that's all I believe everyone wants here, peace, in their own ways. But we together can make it a reality.
Now, I like Inch. I think he's naive, I'll say that much, but he's a good person. And I actually helped him by putting his name in the news and, you know, telling people that he can be trusted. Because I believe in what he's saying. I believe in peace, and I do not believe in war or conflict. I believe that sometimes conflict is necessary, but war is a step too far. Because, let's be honest, people. No one wins at war. Like, this meeting had to work. Peace had to be achieved, otherwise it was all gonna go downhill, and at this rate, it was all gonna be Nukesberg against the world. And the scary part is, I don't think Nukezy will lose if that happens.
This is why I came up here the first time. I mean, that's all we want at St. Nukesberg. We just want to see peace around the world. And every single time you get a bunch of leaders together to essentially co-lead a United Nations, it just never goes anywhere. This is why I have been uniting under me, because we show true democracy. We have a court system that prevents the death penalty, so those aren't just slaughtered for no good reason. I mean, you got nations out there putting their people in a basement and slaughtering them just because they said something about their government. That's not
That
peace.
seems to be the case of one corrupt leader.
Nukezy, who elected you?
It's just an example.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who elected you?
Who elected me?
Yeah, who elected
I don't remember
you?
being part of an election.
Go on, Napoleon, tell us.
Are you a citizen?
Yeah, Napoleon. Bonaparte.
I mean,
Yeah, I was,
look,
but I
still,
left
it's still a
because I
straight
hate
democracy. You're bringing up leadership, but I still lead strong.
Bro's being communist.
I still lead
with democracy.
I still lead
How
right.
is this communist?
I mean, this is communist.
Got it.
I mean, you guys are bringing up the ideology that we have. You're not seeing the peace, which is why you all are here, correct? I mean, like I was saying before, I mean, I had planes basically united, except for one person who I'm not going to name, of course, because, you know, we don't want to bring that up again. But I mean, I'm not going to take part in a United Nations where it just causes drama for my people and sacrifices my people. So if you guys ever want protection, ever want a single alliance, then I'll hear you out. Otherwise, I don't want anything to do with this United Nations. Let's go.
Very fair.
There was a non-democratic democracy.
Okay.
What is this? What is this fucking guy doing? What is...
Oh, don't you go. Yeah, no, they all they are greedy leaders. I don't want anything to do with the United Nations.
You do realize if they form a nation, they can just attack us. Though I did tell Nukezy that probably should have gone a bit better. He thought it was fine, honestly. He was disgusted at the idea of that coalition, and what happened next I did not see coming. Because once we got back to Nukesberg, Nukezy and the government went into an underground meeting place to meet about the current situation. And while they were having a meeting, multiple nations and multiple nation leaders came by to join Nukesberg and make alliances with Nukesberg and go underneath the Nukesberg flag. Like, these are other nations that left the meeting after Nukesberg did and asked to be on Nukezy's team. Now, with how the meeting went, I personally thought no one was going to want an alliance with Nukesberg. But multiple nations coming over and multiple nation leaders coming over just to kneel or make an alliance with Nukesberg was more than surprising. Now, during this time, I also met the player Iamseeker, who I adopted. Why? You ask? Low-key? I'm not sure. I'm like 50% sure I was drunk. So yeah. Yeah, I have no actual idea why I adopted that guy. But yeah. He was a student of your university. He got accepted and everything, but due to how everything was, I doubt they were gonna let him in since he was a government guard. So yeah. Also, everyone had freaking diamonds from me, like what the hell? Like, also, I had my money like stored in the QM bank, and they wouldn't give me it. Like, I asked one of the QMs for like to withdraw my money, like all my money like I put in, and they just straight up said no because my trial was coming up. And what the hell? Like, I didn't even ask Crimson. It wasn't her I asked, and like one of the other two said no. I don't even remember which one. So yeah. But speaking of trials, my trial was delayed because a new freaking mastermind bad guy popped up. Kogel. Now, that was a bit much. He's not a mastermind, he's not a bad person. Well, you'll see. But Kogel, of all people, committed so many crimes in both Yuri University and Nukesberg. And he was accused of committing so many crimes in the last 3 days that the two world nations that hate each other teamed up to sue the hell out of this guy. And it was the funniest trial I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yes, the jury.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Is the prosecution and the defendant ready?
Sacre bleu.
Okay, so let's start off. Kogel, you're being put on trial for the charges of assault, murder, kidnapping, 2 counts of arson, 3 counts of robbery, horse robbery,
Jesus Christ.
defamation,
Oh.
being a beanie big poo-poo head, being a bad person, trespassing, building on property, going against Nukes's word, and overall being a public nuisance. How do you plead?
Oh.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. All right.
Not
Let's start
guilty.
off with the prosecution. Do you have anyone you'd like to call to the stand?
Yes. Can we have...
Now, moving on, my trial ended up being a breeze, and I was found innocent. So yeah, suck it, Crimson Vines, I won! But on a more important note, Nukesberg ended up invading a neighboring nation, the nation led by Gamecrash, and kidnapping Gamecrash. Now, you would think this would be something that would cause a world war, but the thing is, multiple citizens from Gamecrash's nation left the nation saying that Gamecrash was a tyrant that put people in holes and tortured them and this and that. And went to Nukesberg, told Nukezy, and then Nukezy took his personal army all the way to Gamecrash's nation just to take him hostage. Meanwhile, Gamecrash's nation, like all the other players that didn't leave the nation, and people from other nations that were nearby saw this happen and immediately believed that Nukezy had started a war by kidnapping another nation's leader. Now, I was there when Gamecrash was taken in because a friend of mine, Panda, gave me a heads up. So yeah.
It's gonna be
Gamecrash, do you have anything to say to the news?
I'm innocent. Long live the monarchy. Long live the monarchy.
Nuke, should I go over and remind
Game
them
Crash's
that
nation.
they're not allowed
Yeah,
to
let's
plan?
just leave because there's
Cars.
Long live the
Wait,
monarchy.
I was like, lag
Hey,
out.
hey,
Yeah,
Game
people are
Crash.
very. They miss you.
We're waiting for
Game
Oh,
Crash. I wanna
Lucy, why is he
tell
here?
you something.
Who's talking to me?
I'm Knoxx.
Holy leg.
I was at your nation, and they're going ahead and electing a new leader. Because they want to go back to the democracy. I'm just gonna.
Oh, democracy.
Look at him.
He puked?
Yeah, no, they said that literally, your own son's the one who suggested it.
So yeah. Now there were rumors of like the players that left Gamecrash's nation being traitors and Gamecrash being innocent, but there are other rumors that say Gamecrash was a terrible leader, that his own son like did this whole thing to try and take him out of power. But overall, this news spread like wildfire, and soon the entire world was trying to get in this court case that was taking place in Nukesberg and try and get their lick in, or trying to get any information they can, which Nukezy did not like. Now, people from basically every nation came by Nukesberg to try and get into the actual trial, but Nukezy set up guards, and so only authorized personnel or government officials were allowed in the actual trial. Now, to the rest of the world, this seemed wrong, because the rest of the world thought there was going to be a rigged trial and Gamecrash was just going to be executed or sent to prison for life, because they wouldn't let anyone not persecuting Gamecrash in the building. And Gamecrash was basically defending himself. No offense to the lawyers that tried to get him off, you know. But yeah, it did not end well, especially when Gamecrash looked Chickenking in the eyes and admitted to killing people. Like more than one, plural. He admitted he killed people. Which I thought was the funniest shit ever. Because this guy looked at the person who was gonna decide his fate and admitted that he killed people. Yeah, you know, he lost. He obviously lost. Even if he didn't admit to it, I'm sure he would have lost anyway. So yeah, Gamecrash got sent to prison for life with only 1 second of sunlight each day and 1 carrot per day. Now, day 4 started with Nukezy leaving Nukesberg. Now, apparently he and some high government officials, except for Carrot, was left behind to guard the nation, had to go deal with political matters, which I was not told, because that's above my pay grade. So yeah. But while this was happening, a player came to the new shack. His name was Raigarrr. And apparently he had a few books and some information that he thought it was necessary for me to have.
Don't ask why there's so much.
Sunshine.
Jesus Christ.
I think I left like 2 more back home because I did not want to reveal those.
Okay, thank you for this information, I guess. Now, Raigarrr was I'm not gonna lie, it was very sketchy, and he was very jumpy, and it seemed like he was hiding from someone, or some people, for some reason. Now, he gave me 6 books full of information about 6 separate nations, and a 7th book. I swear to God, it's not a 6-7 joke. Please don't. Oh God, we're moving on. And a 7th book about Gamecrash. And now, rumors have been circulating on Gamecrash that he was innocent. Yeah, he made some mistakes, but overall he was being framed, and that takeover of his nation was unjust. This or that, you know. I originally dismissed the rumors since there was a lack of evidence, but getting into the books, which were very detailed about strengths and weaknesses of the different nations, the how many players in each nation, stuff like that, I came to the Gamecrash book, and it had some not enough evidence to get him off the hook, but enough evidence to like make it question if, you know, he was innocent or not. I'm good when it comes to books, but alright.
But too late. Wait, you're the guy I was looking for.
What do you need?
It's
the
News Shack.
Gamecrash.
This is where you get
What do you want?
You're the guy with the book, aren't you?
What book?
You mean the books he just gave me?
Yeah, it has a bunch of information, doesn't it? Or
Which
am I wrong?
I don't know. Depending on on what information you want.
I need to know about this Gamecrash stuff. Listen, I'm not trying to necessarily defend him, but I need to know the truth.
Now, Inch explained that he was also following leads on Gamecrash, and he wanted to find out like the truth of what happened, which led to pretty sure like an hour-long conversation, which led to Carrot getting involved.
This is what I'm hearing. But
You know
what I'm saying
I'm
is,
just gonna go back up though.
Yeah, come on.
if there is if the judgment is wrong and this is just manipulated information, what does this make this nation? What does it make your nation? If they're being manipulated by this manipulated
I think it's
information,
important. I think it's important that me, you, and Nukes have a meeting.
we need to talk to them because this sounds. If this is true, this is true. There is
Now, there was definitely a lot to process, but in simple terms, there were people manipulating things from the shadows, because there always are. And yeah, apparently they set up the entire Gamecrash propaganda thing, and they tricked Nukesberg into going after Gamecrash. Well, allegedly, according to these books and the information that both Raigarrr and Inch had. Now, even if we took all the books, the information Inch had, and Raigarrr decided to go into hiding and just kind of did his own thing after we all separated. But going back to, even if we took everything into court, it wouldn't be enough. If someone is smart enough to manipulate entire nations, they wouldn't fall for something like that. So, while Raigarrr went into hiding, me and Inch decided to go visit Gamecrash in his prison. Now, Carrot stayed behind to protect the nation, and I met up with Iamseeker and asked them to take care of the new shack for me. I don't know. I just had like a feeling that I would need someone to take care of it. So yeah, me and Inch departed from St. Nukesberg. Now, Gamecrash was moved to a cell in the middle of the mountain, protected by, I believe, 2 different nations, with one having major authority on it. So yeah.
Yes, you have another news report
Secret tunnel.
at hand.
I'm watching documentary. What's going on?
You have another news report to that one.
Oh, yeah.
So I won't allow any more through this one. This one you won't. This is the last
Like what? Hey Sky, Sky, I ordered what's called a priest or something like that. Can I get that?
You can order. You can.
You're
just
gonna
order
have.
from here?
Who did you ask for this?
I think. Wait, let me think. Nukezy? Did I? I don't remember.
To be honest, you're gonna have to try and find some. Anyway, yeah. Quick.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we leave the door
Actually,
open?
yes.
Gamecrash, we got it.
Hello? How's it going?
Yo. Oh shit. Yo, Ethan, you lead.
Alright, Gamecrash. Nice seeing you again.
Hello? How's it going?
I guess I should start with you enjoying your new place, I guess?
Does it look like I'm enjoying my new place?
Well, I don't know. Different people react to different environments, you know?
Well, I can
Okay,
watch documentaries, so
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
I can,
See, we're
I
here
can
to
sit
ask
down.
you a few questions.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
should-
go ahead.
Okay, well, one of them is.
You can start with
One of the
questions.
major questions, the big one here is
Yeah.
when did you what were the names of the other 3 people who you killed?
I never killed anybody.
Well, had killed. Do you know what I mean? Like under your regime. 3
Regime?
people. There were 3 people, wasn't
Yeah,
there,
sure.
who died?
Are you saying my nation is a regime? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, just like under your leadership. I don't mean anything by it.
Okay. Well, it's not a
Couldn't think of a better
regime.
word. Couldn't think of a better word, to be honest.
It's love for a person. That's what it's called.
Mm.
They all love
I,
me.
We found some evidence recently that may indicate your innocence, but I don't want to say anything by it in the sense that you're going to be a free man because I can't be too sure.
I
Simply,
probably won't. You can maybe like try to get my maybe like so I get a better view. The people view me better, but I don't think I'm getting out of here.
You may get a bit of a reduction. I think there are some charges which I don't think people can drop, but there are some things that maybe some people have misunderstood. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't be sure, and I don't want you to get too hopeful.
I'm not hopeful. Don't worry.
I'm interested in your side of the story. You know, like, is there anything maybe you're withholding? And if there is, there's no point. You're going to stay here for the rest of your life unless you speak up.
That's true. But I can start from day one. How about that?
And Banjo, have we got time for that?
Yeah, you're good for now.
Okay, yeah,
Because
go
it's
on.
not
Then,
below.
look, hit bit of note. Yeah, go on, tell us. Day one.
Okay.
What happens?
Day
Main
one-
points.
Yeah, day one we were just everybody was starting, everybody was sharing, everybody was having a good time. I just saw how great this could be, and then day two everything changed. Day two is when I first discovered Blanc, Troy, and Blind Potato planning a coup / assassination against me. That's when I made the first, you could call it a secret meeting with some people I really trust. With I think 6 people. So we went down and talked about all of this, and I decided to arrest because they were also telling about other people, Blunt, that were also loyal to this cause, or might be loyal to this cause. So I was just investigating that, and then we decided to. After this meeting underground, we have a speech and arrest those people. And then we did that. We talked with all of them. Some had an alibi, some never tried to do anything like that, and we let them all go. We let 3 people go, or 4. I think, yeah, no, 3. We let them all go. We only left Troy and Blanc escaped, so we only had Troy left. And then Blanc, as he was on the run, Afroy got him, and he spoke up and said that Blind Potato and Rye6, president, are also involved into this.
He's getting interviewed right now, so.
And
might,
after this interview,
yeah,
I arrested Blind Potato as well. But I didn't want to believe that the president was involved with this. So I didn't arrest the president at that point. I just arrested Blind Potato. But Blind Potato.
Oh my bad. Okay, you're not.
Yes. Blind Potato. He escaped with 2 people who helped him, and then they came back to kill me, but they didn't succeed. Oh my, what's going on?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Everyone get in.
Alright,
They're not here.
don't worry. Don't worry.
Get in. Sky Banjo. Get in.
Bro, this is so bad, man. I'm just involved.
Get in, Sky. Sky Banjo, get in. Man, who farted?
Don't
close it. Don't close it. Oh my god, bro.
We got the
Tell your tale. Tell your tale more, please. Just a bit more.
I
Is there
don't know if
anything
I want to
else?
tell right now.
Alright, maybe that's
We're
understandable.
trying to do an
can't
interview,
really-
guys.
I can't
Please.
really think of so many minds.
Please, Jacobcookman, all I need is you.
We're not here.
Is it here, Ben House, by the way?
I don't think there's anyone else here, bro. Bro,
I
there's no
can't
one else
think
here.
with so
What are you
many
talking
minds.
about? What you, bro, there's only me here. Me and Ethan. Bro. What are you talking about?
I hear a lot of voices.
No,
And they're in
bro,
your head.
That's the prison getting to you, bro. That's the prison getting to you.
Spills, make it spills.
Fucking hell, this is so bad, bro. I'm sorry, this is so awful. Can't even keep it. Okay, sorry.
This is what we get for trying to do lore.
Yeah, lore, man. This server, bro. This server
I think if we take out one person, it's just the right amount. I think we should take out Gamecrash. So, yeah.
No, I'm thinking, what about...
I agree with you. You're into me here.
Okay, let's keep going. Alright, so what we're at, people came to kill you, basically.
Yes.
You arrested them. 2 of them died, and then they admitted who was involved. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Plonk admitted who wasn't involved. That's what I was saying.
Okay, right. I don't know how much evidence that is to free you, but I suppose it's new evidence, and I'm not necessarily here for just that. But I mean,
I thought I'm getting a Netflix documentary.
oh no, you are, man. You're like the most infamous guy on the server, but like that's not what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You're.
Wondered for a second.
It's just interesting, I suppose.
Yeah, I
Mostly
get that.
why we're here. Mostly why we're here to try and understand you. Or especially in my case, I must admit I have very little clue with it. I just want to make sure that the justice has been passed. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think I can head on with my story on day 3.
We found this.
Yeah. Okay. Just. I don't know how much more though. How much more time? Just keep going.
How
Tell
about
us a
this,
bit more of your
Gamecrash?
tale.
Tell us you and Nukezy, your relationship with Nukezy.
Yeah, you and yeah. Come on.
I never
Tell
met
us a
Nukezy
little-
before, so I don't really have a relation with them. So that's the thing. I never met him before, and that's why I was wondered when he was at my step, saying something that I was a tyrant. Well, I'm not a tyrant. I'm a monarchy. I'm a monarchist. I'm a king. I serve the people. The people serve me. Well, why can he judge me? I am chosen. Am I not chosen?
I don't know. I don't believe in non-electors as well.
So how has your relationship with Nukezy been then, since you met him?
Well, he gave me 3 steaks, so... and he took out the death sentence, so I'm pretty thankful for that.
I have to leave. I'm sorry. The election's taking place.
Oh wait, the
Well, not
Aurelian
the election,
elections.
but
The Aurelian elections.
There's a speech, yeah.
Oh
how
yeah,
would
can you make a comment to? Can you pass a comment?
Yes.
What's the comment?
My comment is quote: "Long live the monarchy, long live the monarchy." End of quote. That's my quote. And can you also spit everybody who's Raigarrr and my son. He's not really my son. I disowned him. Can you spit XYZ and Raigarrr in the face for me?
We're not gonna do.
I'm not sure if I can really enact
Sky,
violence.
Can you open the door?
Sky, we're done. We're done here.
Thank you
Thank
for
you very
your time,
much for your
Gamecrash.
time. Thank you for
When is my
Sky
documentary releasing? When is it happening?
Soon.
2028.
Thank you,
I
Sky.
gotta wait a
You
lot
really,
for
you
that.
really didn't have to let us in.
Thank you, Sky.
Thank you, man.
Listen, we-
We appreciate.
I gotta
We
wait
appreciate
a lot
it
of
very
that.
much.
Can
Oh shit, hang on.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'll
PMC
let you
staff
down.
is look at me.
You have to break it.
You have to break it. Hang on, I'm good.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I wish I could say I helped. I tried to stop war. I tried to keep the peace. Tried to keep my friends safe, those I cared about. Be a main character. But that wasn't my story. I'm a very small piece in a very large puzzle. I'm a cog. Cog that needs to twist and spin to make everything else work. That's my job. That was my job here. All I was meant to do was to help other cogs spin. And eventually, that would go back to the main characters. Who were they? Oh. I'll keep that to myself. I wish I could tell you how the war started, how it ended, who lost, who won, what happened to my friends, those who died, those who survived, all the stories of all the survivors. But I can't, because that's not my story to tell. Because my part's over. All that worrying I did, just to drown in a hole. Man, what a terrible ending.